think of Arizona, you probably think of the Sonoran Desert and saguaro cacti, but the state is also home to some of the most interesting mountains in the entire country. So let's talk about one of them. This is Mount Graham, the focus of day 13 of Mountain Month, the series where I talk about your favorite mountains every single day of October. Mount Graham is located in the Pinaleno Mountains of southeastern Arizona, roughly 70 miles northeast of Tucson. Standing at an elevation of 10,724 feet, Mount Graham is the highest mountain in southern Arizona, and the fourth highest mountain in the state overall. It's also the southernmost point in the continental United States with an elevation over 10,000 feet. But even more impressive than its height is the way that Mount Graham absolutely dominates the skyline of southeastern Arizona. The summit of the mountain rises nearly 8,000 feet above the city of Safford in the valley below, and it can be seen from miles around in every direction. Furthermore, Mount Graham has an impressive 6,320 feet of prominence, making it the 50th most prominent mountain in all of the United States and the most prominent mountain in Arizona. Now, because Mount Graham rises so high above its surroundings, its summit has a completely different climate and ecosystem than the valleys below, making it a sky island. I have an entire video dedicated to sky islands on my page, but in short, the name basically refers to the fact that Mount Graham and other high elevation areas in the southwestern United States and northern Mexico are essentially islands of forest in the middle of seas of desert. The cooler, wetter summits of Mount Graham and other sky islands have served as refuges for plants and animals that were more widespread in the area during the last ice age. One famous example of this phenomenon is the Mount Graham red squirrel. This small squirrel is endemic to Mount Graham, meaning that it's found nowhere else on Earth. But the range of the Mount Graham red squirrel is even smaller than it sounds, as the species is found in less than 12,000 acres of mixed conifer forests at the very highest elevations of Mount Graham. And that habitat is shrinking every single year as the result of drought, wildfire, and human development. Speaking of human development, the summit of Mount Graham is also home to the Mount Graham International Observatory. While the construction of the observatory was and remains controversial, as it's located right in the middle of critical red squirrel habitat, there's no doubt that it's an impressive and important facility. In fact, the observatory is home to the largest optical telescope in the entire world, the Large Binocular Telescope, shown here. The housing for this telescope is so large that I have personally seen it with my naked eye from more than 60 miles away. But due to the presence of the observatory, as well as the red squirrel, the summit of Mount Graham has been closed to the public since the late 1980s. However,